this first episode is going to be the culmination of reading Never Let Me Go. I will leave you over here. I have been reading this like for the last 3 weeks, and this is something that I'm doing in my Substack that I will leave you over here. This is very intentional because I wanted again to see what was the impact of me reading just one book a month. And what I'm doing right now is like reading one chapter a day, writing what the chapter is about, but in my own words, and then like doing like this introspective analysis. So the things that I don't know, the book talked about that they resonated with me, or the ones that I needed to question. Sorry, I'm walking my dog, and I saw a friend of mine also walking his dog. But yeah, so that is kind of the goal right now, and yeah, this is just a little introduction of what book we are going to discuss in this episode. But uh, in the gist of also doing things, and because life gets in the way sometimes, I honestly needed to break my promise of reading one chapter a day, and I read a couple of chapters more in order to like advance my reading and that because I have Dutch classes. So I'm starting tomorrow, the 18th of May, my intensive course for Dutch. So I will need to concentrate on that first for this week only, and then I can return back to reading. So I didn't want to write like my essay beforehand. I tend to write my essays like as the week goes because it's a very nurturing experience reading one chapter a day because many things come up. So I ended up like with the final product on a Sunday, and I publish every article on a Monday. So it's very uh real and very like live opinion. So for this week, I won't be reading the book per se because I have my course, but I already have like certain questions that came from the material that I read last week. And also, the most important thing that I'm like experimenting with is that the books have impact in our lives, whether we want it or not. So I found myself like thinking about the book way more by reading this way. So um, this week that I won't be reading the book, I want to see like what can I remember and how it like affects like not my narrative, but like how it impacts my life right now. So I will keep you up to date and see you tomorrow. So our first lesson of the intensive program is done. Right now, I'm in my walking time with my dog. As you can see, I have my walking vest, is what I call it. It's actually a fishing vest, but I found very useful because it has a lot of pockets. So when I'm walking my dog, I like to be hands free. So I found that this was the best idea for me because I have, even here, I have coffee. So it's good. It's very practical, and also it helps me to be more aware of my surroundings by having a hands-free situation. But okay, going back to the course. The course was really good. It was very intense because the teacher is talking to us in Dutch the whole time, and English is my second language, so I needed to do this like triangulation with some things and to switch my brain to the default setting that is English. So I'm very tired, honestly. But one funny thing happened that got me thinking about the book, like the Never Let Me Go book, because I didn't know the classmates that I have. I didn't know them at all. It was the first time that I have seen them, and I found out that when I entered the room and they entered the room, it was like this politeness and like this trying to mimic how the environment is doing rather than our own personalities. So of course, when you haven't met someone, you are very tentative of saying things or I don't know, being yourself. And here, even though it's a learning environment, I think that it's kind of difficult because, for example, in my other approaches to studying another language, I always was worried about looking like a beginner, you know, like learning from scratch is very humbling. But right now, this experience was better for me actually because I wasn't afraid of asking questions and trying to understand. And my pronunciation is not not good at all. I mean, it's my A1 course. So I found out that I was willing to try more because I didn't want to copy like the environment that I was in. So my classmates they weren't asking a lot of questions, and I know it's because maybe they have like taken other lessons and they have to on like Duolingo and whatever. But even though they weren't asking any questions, and my default setting was like, okay, if they are not asking, you shouldn't be asking questions. I didn't. I like really embraced the experience, and I was like, okay, maybe they are not. Okay, maybe they are more advanced than me, but I don't care. Like, I'm here to learn, I'm here to do my best. And that's what I did. And actually, it was a pretty good first day. Again, I'm so tired. That's why I got second coffee with me because, yeah, the toll is greater than I had anticipated. But yeah, so far, so good. But also, I think that it would help me with my English because I need to speak English in order to communicate and in order to ask questions. So yeah, that will be a great experience also because right now I don't speak English as often as I would want to. Like when I first arrived here to the Netherlands, I went out and I talked all the time to people and I was using my English a lot. But right now, not that much. Yeah, since I moved here to the suburbs, I mean, you can see it's beautiful. But yeah, I don't talk to people that often. So it's going to be a good week. Learning a lot of things, doing a lot of things. But yeah, my dog needed to go out, so here I am. I will keep you posted for tomorrow's update. So day two of Dutch classes. Today I'm taking the bus. I need to run some errands, and yeah, so I got a pretty good rest last night. I feel very good today. I did and I did all my homework and I practiced a little bit. And I think that this time around, learning this language is going way better than when I was learning German because I feel that I'm getting it more. I love walking in Eindhoven. There's a particular house that is just around the corner. I'm going to film it out for you so you can see it. It's gorgeous. I love it. Third day of Dutch classes. Right now it's raining and I'm walking my dog before my class. So my summary right now is that these couple of days they have been like mentally they have been a lot. Physically not that much, but I feel my brain mushy. And yesterday we have some friends over to our place and they were saying like why are you learning Dutch? And yeah, that's a very good question. Why am I learning this language? The thing is that I want to be fully integrated to the culture and also because I want to have more opportunities. So right now I'm trying to look for a job as an engineer because while doing this that I love, I also can't let go of my, like my default setting that is you did a career in this, then you need to do that. But I read um, phrase today in Substack that was completely true, and it resonated with me in so many levels, that because you're capable of doing something, it doesn't mean that you should do it. And yeah, so I'm trying like to see how much of this engineering desire is still my desire, or is because I'm supposed to be that way. Because at the end of the day, we see that we can create anything that we want, but I don't follow that narrative. Like, I have these feelings that sometimes my destiny is not that. Like, I'm the exception to the rule. Like, okay, everyone else can do it, but I can't. I mean, Substack right now has given me a lot of opportunities and and it has given me a lot of things to really see that that thing is possible for me. Like, it has given me a lot of evidence that maybe I can build something. So that's one of the things that I was thinking of today, because one of the reasons that Never Let Me Go has been so difficult for me is that the boys and the girls, they didn't question the way they were raised. They didn't question why they were uh, brought to this world, because that is a whole other thing. And again, that we're going to discuss in the life. But they didn't question anything. But me as an outsider, I got frustrated that I wanted to question how they were raised, but I don't do the same in my own life, and I think it's because I'm inside the problem. But yeah, so today is the third day Dutch class. The week is almost over. I'm so happy. I right now I'm sitting at the bus station, but yeah, it has been so draining. That I really miss reading. Like, I'm so glad that this is day 4, because this experience this experience has taken all my mental fuel. And when I arrive home, I need to do homework. So after that, I end up like on the couch, just looking at TV, but not looking, because I'm so tired. I'm so happy that I'm doing this. Honestly, I need to be transparent with you. Most of the time, I don't feel like completing this week, because it's taking a lot, especially learning a new language. I think that it's one of the hardest things, especially that Dutch is nowhere near Spanish. So it's been very hard. But I'm also so proud, and I want to finish this week, uh, for me to see that I'm capable of doing hard things. And yeah, so this is the start of my journey, because this intensive course was for me to activate the Dutch um in my brain. But next week I'm going to have like a routine in place for me to keep learning Dutch. I will keep you up to date on how I'm going to do that. But for now, happy day 4 to me, I guess. And I will keep you posted. Final day. I'm so excited. Actually, yesterday I slept really good, and today I woke up feeling excited that this journey is ending. Um, yeah. Yesterday I still arrived to my house like really drained, but I'm so happy. I'm so happy, and yeah, I was thinking about the topic for next week's essay, like for Substack, and I came up with 2 different ideas that I will be exploring this weekend. To have the article, I also won a contest in my class, and I won a book for Dutch stories, so it was really nice. So far, yeah, so far that's it. Like, this journey has been interesting. Um, I feel that for next week, because I won't be in intensive anymore, I think that I will make a routine out of it. Like, because in my class I listen like 2 hours or almost 3 hours of Dutch. So maybe in the morning I can incorporate it. I can incorporate it to my routine, like to do some exercise and complete the book. And yeah, so I will keep you posted. Also, our teacher told us that wanted to do like a goodbye party, so we are doing a picnic. The weather is amazing. The Netherlands generally has very bad climate. Like the weather is raining and cold, but yeah, today is sunny, so a good way to end the course. Hi, happy Saturday. Today we decided to make a picnic because the weather is amazing. And before that, I was writing the essay for the week, and it's going to be a follow-up piece from the one that I did last week on the 18th of May. And I don't know, I think that I will explore that to have like a certain story build up in each essay, so they will be linked in a way that reads as a story, but they are talking of specific ideas that are wrapped up in an essay. Because I think that that's the way that we can go deeper, just looking at different topics but from the same bucket, let's say. So right now we are doing that. I already have my draft for the essay that drops on Monday. I don't know if I'm going to stick to that route that I took, but definitely it's a very good exercise. Yeah, that's the whole idea of having not a series but content that it's like like piece up together, like to form like a bigger picture. Then I think that tomorrow I will be looking at the prep material that will be dropping on a Wednesday, and then I will be looking at the presentation that I'm doing on the Friday on the live stream. So it's going to be fun, but I wanted also to address something because I follow profile here on Substack that talks about like marketing and growing business and very interesting topics. And in I will leave like the picture of the profile here if you want to check it out. It's really good. Um, but the topic was like doing more because right now we have tools to make everything faster, and I totally agree with that. Us as creators, we have been given the opportunity to be living in the digital era. We're creating content and filming and editing, and like all of that has moved to a point that it's like very easy to do and also very easy to acquire if you're a creator with no budget. Right now there's many tools that can substitute the paid roles that you may need, but of course the quality may vary, but you can produce an output faster than ever. And there was a comment that having more episodes would be like the differentiator, like for the creators, and I totally agree with that. But I think that right now it's just not about producing content, it's about producing in depth. Honestly, I before I did this whole program in Substack, I used to have a different strategy that didn't feel aligned, not because it was hard or because I was being lazy, but it didn't resonate with me because I couldn't give the depth that I wanted to the pieces. So instead of focusing on quantity, I'm focusing on quality. And again, that is the same emphasis that I want to do with reading less to connect more. Because then at the end of the day, I could output the 4 essays a week. And I don't know if that would benefit like you guys. And that's my worry. Like, because for the sake of creating, of course, I can push myself and create more. But I think that the depth and the marinating of the ideas and to get a specific point of view that it's well structured and well thought of, it's greater in this time of history that we are right now than just creating, just for the sake of creating. So I took that advice, with a pinch of salt, because I honestly don't want to jeopardize the depth of the project. Of course, consistency is key. Of course, nurturing those spaces, like to write, to think, are very important. And I will keep doing things to get better at that. But I will see later on, after 6 months of completing this cycle of this specific strategy that I'm trying to build, to see if there needs to be a pivot. But I think that right now that I'm creating, it needs to be deeply intentional, deeply research, deeply connected to what I want to do. Happy Monday. So today is bank holiday in the Netherlands. I am here walking my dog. It's late. I think that it's 9 p.m. I changed his schedule because earlier in the day is very warm and he gets tired more easily than in winter. So I'm doing like the walk that is for decompressing and for him to be off the leash at this hour. But I wanted to give you an update. Today I finished writing the prep material, which was good. It's longer than my normal essays, which I am deciding still if I will add like images or comments or other things, because right now it's long, like it's 22 minutes of read, but it summarizes the story and also gives the preparation for the live session that we will have on the Friday 29th. So that is good. And also I'm updating my schedule for the week because I want to be able to replicate with flexibility, of course, my days. And I will be starting a job soon. I am so excited. And actually, I talked today about this in my essay, that it was about having multiple passions and that creating a career on your own terms and your dream job means that you can choose. And for me, that wasn't quite clear because all the cases that I have seen is like I quit my 9 to 5 job in order to pursue my passion or whatever. The thing is that I love being an engineer and it didn't sit right with me to leave that part out right now. Not because I was scared of the stability of the income, of course, that was part of it, but because I really enjoy what I do. So instead of thinking like a couple of years ahead of what could be the outcome of me not being an engineer anymore, I'm thinking decades. I'm thinking, okay, if I am 80 years old, 90 years old, like what could I create that I will be proud of? That I could either still do when I'm that age or, or that I can share as experience, as stories. So that is my new mindset. I will keep you up to date for the next activities of the day. So happy Tuesday. Today I finished the prep material that will be dropping out tomorrow. at 11 a.m. And I'm very excited because it turned out way better than I anticipated. I did a format that I really liked. And at the end, the questions and the prompts that I developed, I think that they are so well aligned with the story, with the topics that I wanted for you to think about, like in your own life. So it's very good. I will be doing my presentation for the live stream on Friday. And for that, I need to read some essays that I want to incorporate because I was thinking about, okay, besides the story, what can I get from reading a book? And is this deep question that is left after finishing that story. And that's why the life has a name of talking about humanity and humaneness at the end. And that's the question for me, like the difference between the two terms. So I will be reading some essays about that. I'm doing also research. Also, we're going to talk about like the impact of the story, like some key points that I want to address regarding the scenes that I found difficult to read and all that I had to endure during this process of reading Never Let Me Go. And at the end, I'm going to do something that it will be like a tangible experience for you to have. And also this week, I will be working on the mail club that I told you about a couple of weeks ago in the other I think in the other live that I did. Yeah, the first episode, I discussed this that I will be building a mail club, and I'm very excited because I'm already writing the first chapter of what would be the book. So yeah, also that project is coming together. I don't have anything like pre-stipulated yet, and also about my Dutch classes. So continuing from last week's journey, I started to develop like a system in order to keep studying while I wait for the other intensive course that will be to finish my A1 certification. So I will be watching um, kids movies like Frozen or Nemo, Finding Nemo, or whatever Disney movie that I like, but in Dutch. And right now, it was very. I thought that I would be able to like watch the movie like from the beginning to end in that language because it will be easy, but no, it's very hard. Especially, I found that Disney has like the audio says something and the subtitles say another thing. So I know I'm a beginner in Dutch, but I even noticed that. So I'm finding very confusing because I don't hear the same words that I'm reading. So it's kind of tricky. I need to research why that's happening. I don't know. But yeah, so far that is this week. Mm, and yeah, I have a meeting on Friday regarding my job, my new job that I told you about. And yeah, to see when I will be starting and like all the key points. And yeah, so that will be this week. I will keep you posted. I don't know if I'm going to record something tomorrow. Maybe I will, maybe I don't, depending on what brings. And yeah, if not, see you Friday. Hi, so today is the day. The live session is at 5 p.m. So I was reviewing my notes because you know that I like to write everything in order to see how it looks on a page, in order to be able to transmit. The presentation is so good. I think that I can give you a preview. Okay, so everything is so good. I love the color that I put to the presentation. because it's the exact color of the cover of the book that I have. So I'm going to show you just so yeah, it's a very hard image, but it would make sense once I give the talk. Okay, I'm going to show you just another one. This this is Chef's Kiss, I think. Like I really love the image that I was able to pull out. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting day. I'm just reviewing the notes that I did in order to see if I have everything that I want, the way that I wanted it to be. And yeah, mainly I prepare myself for these talks by having a good mental space, and that is doing journaling and of course reading a book. So I'm going to show you the materials that I use for those things. So mainly for my writing for the essays and also the presentation, I'm using this that is moleskin. It's just a notebook that I found in the store while I was over there. I think that I bought it in Belgium or Paris when I went to the store. So it's mainly just blank paper. And that's something that I really enjoy having as a tool, because for me, a blank paper represents this space to create. So I don't feel restricted by the lines or the squares. So I use that. I love using blue ink. I don't know why. Black for me is it's more heavy. I don't know. It represents seriousness in my mind. So I use only black ink when I'm journaling. And to journal, I use, let me pull it out. Let me see if I can do it with one hand. Wait, sorry, I couldn't do it with one hand. But so this is a pen that I use for my journaling. So it's from brand, hmm, it's a German brand, the Kaweco Brass Sport, Germany. And I love that it has a little like crest. And the fact is that this pen is brass, as I told you. And it has the stains of my fingers. So this is my pen because I'm writing. And yeah, my sweat and yeah, my skin has a reaction to the brass. So it's giving like a specific stain. So it's amazing. And then for journaling, I have this. These are my journals to write in, and they are from a brand that is called Isa Garcia. She's amazing. I will leave everything linked out to you, all the materials and everything that I have. But her journals are just so soft. So yeah, the paper is from amazing quality and the size is perfect. So I'm going to show you how it looks like. So this is how it looks like. And I love that every journal that she does has like a theme. So this one is sueños, that in English is dreams. So yeah. And yeah, so here you see it's all my notes. And yeah, I had blue ink, but then I decided that black was the best once I bought this pen. So yeah, those are my materials that I use in my day to day. And again, what I like to do is I read a book. Right now, I'm reading this one as a way to leisure. And I didn't know the author, but one day I was walking by the vampire store that is the bookstore that I have here in Eindhoven. And there was this signing happening. So I went. It was the author of this book. And she was so nice. And I'm going to show you. She signed my book. So yeah. Reading it, it's really nice. Everything that she writes is deeply connected with the Greek mythology, but in the accurate way. So personality wise, I feel that it resonates a lot with the legends that I have read. So it's really good. I'm enjoying it immensely. A lot of things happen in these couple of weeks, and I think that it's a very good experience to have everything recorded. I'm very glad that I'm doing this, and yeah, let's see where it takes us. So I'll see you next time.